I looked, and it was either 4 or 5 hours of sleep if I went to sleep at that time. Let me tell you, it was probably 3. It's probably 3 hours of sleep that I got.
Morning.
I could never imagine.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing okay. We are waiting for the guy.
The guy who said he was going to be
Again?
available all week. Yep. Up! Up!
There's no music. What am I doing?
I've been listening to country while I was waiting. Yeehaw.
I'm trying to find the song that I ended on today. Oh, I found it. We're good.
Oh, here we go.
Wow. Magical sounds.
And actually ruined my music. God damn.
My bad.
Is he live? Oh, he is. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait, he's live?
This guy. What is he doing?
Paraleague starting off
Hello.
on GTA. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
I was about to say, hey.
Only 5
Oh,
minutes
all
today.
right.
It's
I'm
not
lazy. I didn't change the
bad.
title.
We're getting worried. Crash, what the heck?
Yeah, that's fine. All right,
What the heck?
I'm good. Okay, you guys ready? We're good? We're chilling?
I'm ready.
Okie dokie.
I'm just watching, so.
All right, yeah, we're doing any talking anyway. Okay, so we're doing an extra session today because we missed one last week, so we'll be doing another one on Wednesday. Should everyone be here? But I think everyone should be here anyway. But yeah. So recap. I didn't write anything down, so this is all going to be off the top of the dome. So if I forget anything, please butt in. But TLDR, where we're at, episode 4. You guys have, after discovering some infernal runes on the nape of your necks, have made it to Balinor, the city of Ioun, and Balinor being the Great Library, because this is where you have a reason to believe that whoever murdered your patron, or the original patron of your quest, Otto Bramblemouse, and stole the map to Kazath, the lost city of Asmodeus, part of the reason you have these marks on your neck, has taken the map and has come to Balinor in search of, you believe, arcane rituals or knowledge onto how to possibly open the city. And so you've come here. And you have arrived. You had a strange encounter with a cursed wizard creature known as a Nothic that dug a little too deep and revealed some secrets to you and the rest of the party. That then attacked you because it was very intrigued about the mark on your neck. But then swan dived off the whale in the sky. But you then headed out to the fog market, where Pip was very interested in some wands. Managed to purchase some wands, but in the process ran into a gold dragonborn that had a very peculiar interest in a member of the party, Chuck. And so in the bartering process here in the fog market, oftentimes it's bartering in information or books or scrolls, and there was some of that, but part of the bartering was a conversation with Chuck. And so that conversation was had in private. And the conversation went a little too long, and when the rest of the party found Chuck, he was a little dazed, a little out of it, and the gold dragonborn was nowhere to be seen. And shortly after that interesting encounter, you heard some screams coming from back in the fog market, and within the fog surrounding your feet and knees, someone had discovered a body with infernal runes carved into the arms and legs. And as Gabriel used his thaumaturgy and his magic to clear a path, you investigated, and you found this man was a keeper, essentially one of the librarians of Balinor, who had been murdered, and a cleric turned up, as well as his mother, who was very upset. And a cleric of Ayun turned up, was summoned. Clearly this place is not lacking resources, because they turned up with a midnight gift, like a replacement for a diamond to resurrect this man. But it didn't work. Not only once, but they tried twice, and it was unsuccessful. A strange occurrence. This is, divine resurrection magic is well known and commonplace in Ankir. It failing is concerning, because as adventurers, that is something, it's not something you've had to rely on yet, but you likely will have to rely on in the future. And so seeing that stirs you a little. And upon further investigation, you find out he's a keeper. You found out his name was... I have his name somewhere. Derwin Leafhand. And you found a small notebook indicating that this man was... particularly had a dislike for the gods and was faithless, for lack of a better word. And upon the Talon's arrival, they had a short conversation with you all. They asked you about the runes. Zaxxon said, quite plainly, that they had a devil problem in the city. And immediately, one of the Talons turned to the other and said that they had to contact floorkeeper Casimir of the Infernal Floor, which perked some of the party's ears, as that name has been mentioned before. And that is where we're going to start off the session. So, hold on, let me get to me notes. So, you are here in the fog market. The two Talons in front of you, white full plate armor. They have just, the one of them has turned to the other one. You're in this alleyway. I'll set the scene. The fog surrounds your knees and below. There's a dead body laid out, infernal runes. There was a small crowd. It's kind of dispersed, though the market's still pretty busy and people are still glancing over. You see as the one guard, both of the guards kind of have their back to you. They're not far away, probably like 5 to 10 feet away. Not far at all. They've just turned away just to have a private conversation. But if you're quiet, you can eavesdrop. And you definitely overheard them say, we need to contact floorkeeper Casimir. But nonetheless, the one Talon turns to the other and he says, yeah, right. Just, if those are infernal runes, you need to get on, contact Balinor, get that in the infernal floor keeper, Casimir, get him down here, okay? And then the other one, starts. He kind of nods. It looks like the one that says contact the other one seems to have some kind of authority over the other one. And the other one, the other guy, starts fumbling through like a small pouch on his side. Just a small leather pouch. And he opens it up and starts pulling out. I think you've all seen these before now. These all look like sending stones. The same one that Belgraw has given. I think Chuck gave you one. And he starts fumbling through, and they all kind of look slightly different. These seem to be like some kind of communication system in the city. And he goes through, and he pulls one out. Give me 1 second. All right, okay. All right, yeah. And then the kind of shorter, gruff one pulls out one of these sending stones. And it's 2 seconds. He kind of gets on the sending stone, and the one that's kind of taller and kind of, he goes, oh, hold on. And before he can, he kind of activates the sending stone, and he says, so Blackthorn, listen, this is we've got another body down here in the fog market. It seems to have infernal runes or something. So I think we need that floorkeeper Casimir bloke. Sorry, we need that floorkeeper Casimir down to assist with the investigation. And there's a pause. And shortly after, there's maybe like a minute passes, which is kind of a long time because these things work instantly. And then the stone kind of lights up, and you hear another voice come through, like another kind of. It's quiet at first, and then it kind of picks up as if someone kind of picked it up and put it closer to their mouth, and you hear another voice come through. Right. Well, unfortunately, floorkeeper Casimir is currently engaged. Who am I talking to? So Blackthorn, this is my name's Belos Flamecale, so. Alright, Belos, okay, well, Belos, you're gonna have to deal with this, I think you're gonna have to deal with this cult problem on your own, pal. I'll tell you what. I'll pull some of the guard off of Balinor and I'll send them down your way. How does that sound? And Bella kind of pucks it. Yeah, that sounds great, sir. Thank you so much. And the conversation finishes.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, my elven ears have been straining for that whole conversation. Because the minute that I heard Casimir, I immediately we need to get to him.
Yeah, I think similar thing with Sexion, sort of, having the want to get a hold of that same guy.
Did they say that Casimir's engaged? Oh my god, congratulations!
You see that the taller of the Talons looks down towards the smaller one. I didn't tell you to contact the Knight of the Feathers. I told you to contact Balinor. And then the smaller one goes, well, yeah, but And he kind of just glances down at the sending stone for a second. Like his eyes just kind of just glance at it.
Hmm.
Is homie okay?
Uh.
Go ahead and make me an insight check. Yeah.
Everybody?
Who, me?
If you were like, is homie okay?
Oh, yeah.
Or if you're intrigued there.
Yeah, I don't think Chuck cares.
Why'd I roll 2? I scuffed.
You rolled it with advantage for some reason.
Oh,
Mm.
why?
I have no idea.
Wait, hold on.
What the fuck? If it's ticked on advantage, then you. I don't know.
Is
I'll
it bottom
fix it.
right?
Oh.
Bottom right. Have you got the advantage thing clicked? There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, you all notice that this guy, when he says that, doesn't know why he's like, there's something off about him. There's definitely something going on, and his eyes definitely glaze over when he said that.
I know.
Pip, I might be misremembering, but did you cast Detect Magic last session?
I did, but it was with Chuck, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, there was also not
I may
the-
have done it after.
You
I
did
don't
it because you were like
recall.
did
you wanted to
something with
check
the
if
helmet.
you wanted to check if the
Yeah.
old woman was like
Right.
an illusion, right?
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's right.
Okay, Pip, you as he looks down at the sending stone, there's like a glint of magic that like rolls over his eyes, like a film, ever so slight and hard to detect, and it's enchantment magic. Now for you being a new player, enchantment magic is the kind of magic that affects the mind. So it's the kind of magic that can like charm person or modify memory or anything that can like
Compel somebody.
compel somebody. Anything
Got it,
along those
okay.
lines, or even sleep, for example. All of those kind of spells are enchantment based spells.
Got it. Okay.
And
Some
you-
elite task.
And this would
force
be sort of common knowledge for Pip, right?
Yes, you know what
Okay.
enchantment magic is, yes. But yeah, you notice it's off, and then as you kind of look at him more closely, you notice that bit of magic just slip past. It's ever so hard to detect, but you manage it with the detect magic up.
Hey guys,
Hmm.
I don't know if you saw what I saw, but I think we might be dealing with some enchantment magic.
Where?
And Pip's gonna point over to the sending stone.
Well, specifically, it wasn't from the sending stone. The sending stone has its own magic. The sending stone has like its own like
Ooh.
what kind of magic would sending stone be? Sending stone would be like fuck, I don't even know. Maybe conjuration because it's like sending a message. Maybe even like divination. No, you saw it coming from the guy.
Oh,
It wasn't a reflection, like it was within him.
Hmm.
interesting. Okay. Well, instead of Pip pointing at the sending stone, he's instead gonna
Okay.
point over at the the guard. Oops. You know,
Well,
I got
guess
short arms. Short arms.
that explains the confused look on his face.
I just
What
want
can we do?
to just say to the rest of the group, sort of quietly and away from the guards, just we should try and see if they can take us to this Casimir, or at the very least see this Inferno floor.
Exactly my thoughts.
Are we in public?
Yup.
You are in public, but you're in a quiet, like off to the side, like alleyway.
Okay.
Like you're still
just taking-
visible by people.
I got you. Okay.
Hmm.
Just curious.
Okay.
No reason.
Just, I think at this point, I'm just gonna sort of walk over and interject and say, like, to the, either one of the guards, and that Inferno floor, Casimir, I think we may be of assistance if you would allow us to head that direction, or maybe point us in the right direction.
The kind of taller Talon kind of turns to you, still kind of like eyeing the smaller one in like an element of disbelief and kind of surprise at the, I guess, disobeying his command. Turns to you. I mean, you heard my boss. Floorkeeper Casimir is engaged. He's not available.
But the floor is still open for people to.
Normally, yes. Today, on name day, I'm afraid not. It's the one day of the year that the floor is closed. Sorry,
Given
the Alanor is closed.
given the circumstances, do you think you can make an exception?
I am not someone who can make such an exception. Unfortunately,
Right.
it would be up to, well, it would be up to my boss. It would be up to Sir Blackthorn, the person who just told us that he's pulling guard off Balinor. And you, regardless of your passive insight here, the hesitation in his voice there does not sound positive. Chuck, as a soldier, as a veteran, you would know, like, your gut is telling you these guys are here for the sole purpose of defending that library. It doesn't seem right that people are being pulled off of that.
All right, so if we wanted to speak to him tomorrow, where we go tomorrow?
I think we should speak to him today.
Shh.
I get what you're trying to do.
So if we want to speak to him tomorrow, where we go?
Yeah.
This is Floorkeeper Casimir.
Yeah.
Floorkeeper Casimir is, I'll be honest, I don't know the exact floor, but the floorkeepers often, and should be, on their floors, on the day-to-day.
Your boss's name again?
Sir Byron Blackthorn. He's the Knight of Feathers. Head of the Talons.
Gabriel scoffs a little bit to himself when he hears feathers. Prestigious.
I have a question, Sock.
Yeah.
Are these
Karen.
guards in like an entryway to the library?
No, you guys are in the fog market right now, so like the library's
Okay.
a ways off.
Okay.
So
Okay.
are the other places in the library open today?
No, the whole library's closed. It's tradition that on name day, the most important knowledge we learn is that of those who have come before. It's just tradition, really. So the library's closed.
All right. Can you point us to where the library is for tomorrow?
It's hard to miss, and he kind of like points up at like the really big building that's like going all the way up to the sky.
The Eiffel Tower literally in the middle of the town.
It is kind of that big. It's not. Listen, I'm sorry for using you as a joke. Like, my bad.
Pip starts to wave away some of the fog. You know, he's a little close to the ground.
Fuck.
Man, he's a magnifying glass.
That's funny.
He just kind of like look a bit troubled just for a second, and he doesn't, he looks like he wants to ask something, but he's restraining himself. And then he looks like he looks like he goes to turn away.
Sarah.
Yes.
Seems you are troubled in some way by all of this. I'm sure it stirred you a bit, but what is it? What is it now exactly? After you talked with your boss, something seems amiss.
Chuck's gonna approach behind Zaxxon and kind of stay next to him. But go ahead.
God.
It's just well, when we're trained to be Talons, it's it's the biggest duty and honor we ever could have, and so we train hard. We train to keep watch and learn, and as much as we are soldiers, we're learners and tacticians. And it's something Sir Blackthorn said, and he kind of the other guy's kind of busy talking to some people off to the side that have inquired about what's happened, and he steps off to the side slightly, kind of taking your question as like almost like relief, and he kind of steps off with you off into the alleyway slightly. I need to confirm my ears as to whether or not you heard the same thing I did. But I thought I heard Sir Blackthorn say that we should be dealing with the cult problem. But I didn't. No one has implied there is a cult here. Thus far, we've been under the impression this is just a single attacker.
What'd you say? The what problem? I didn't catch that.
The
Cult.
court or the cult?
Okay.
Cult.
Cult.
Okay.
We heard that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was just said.
Who was
Usually
that
it's-
said to? Was that to the other guards?
That was on the
He said it
sending.
was sorry, yeah.
It was over the sending stone. So
So we heard that.
if you
Okay.
heard that, you heard that. If you heard the conversation. He's just asking whether or not you also heard it. He's just trying to get confirmation.
Hmm.
And you've not heard anything of a cult? Is that what I'm gathering?
No, just I mean, this is the third attack this morning, and they've all been the same, but we've never had a cult in Balinor before.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Is there a better place for us to talk? Maybe a residence of sorts? So we're just kind of out in the open here, just talking about whatever the fuck. So, you know, I wouldn't mind, you know, I'm kind of thirsty anyway.
We can. There's a tavern nearby with a private room, I suppose.
How big's that room?
It's big enough.
Okay. If we're all down to get out of the streets,
Yes. that's
Gabriel's just
probably-
like, let's go.
I think that would probably move us.
Let's
All
like,
right.
we literally like sore thumbs right now. Just
Okay, just
yeah.
bear with me a moment, and let me put my affairs in order.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of walks off to the other guard and seems to be conversing and sorting things out, pointing at the body, and just getting things ready. And he comes back a few minutes later and leads you off, seemingly having organized the removal investigation and you know, general organization of the incident here in the Fog Market. But he takes you down a few narrow streets out of the Fog Market. Thankfully, Pip is no longer mostly blinded
God.
by
This be a recurring theme.
We should
by the
Gabriel
fog.
points to the
Oh.
library when Pip can see. No, look at him. I was there the whole time.
We need to go to the library.
Yes, but we have to earn their trust first.
What do you? We just go there. It's the 152nd floor.
But it's closed today.
Reputation
Why don't we-
is key.
Why don't we just open it?
It's closed. We'd be trespassing.
It's probably enchanted. There's probably traps. And we didn't fare very well in the last building that was trapped to shit.
Are you sure? Because I seem to remember we had no problems.
You were almost eaten by a carpet.
Yeah, you were almost eaten. What is this mom and dad energy right now?
So, like, not the 152nd floor?
We're gonna go to wherever they're gonna lead us, because one, we need a place to live, because we're going there tomorrow. Okay?
Why
As long as-
tomorrow? If it's closed today, what if they're doing something?
The little one has a fair point.
Even more so of a reason to figure out more about what's going on and what we're up against. Clearly, the guards, or that one guard, was enchanted, compelled, confused in some way.
So what if it's not even closed? What if it was a lie?
I think.
Then
whoever
why
this-
not to get in good with the other guard?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He seems distraught and confused. This is where you can speak to people and gain their trust to use them as a key.
I think that's Lord Blackthorn, the Knight of Feathers, whatever it was, slipped up when he was speaking to his guard there. He said that there was a cult problem, one that they had not been informed of, and also they'd be pulling guard off of the library itself, something that seemed out of the ordinary for that guard. I think whoever his boss is could be tied in with all of this.
He seems to know a bit too much about what's going on.
Exactly.
I'm sorry to clarify. We're all inside this like tavern area now.
I
Yeah.
think we're traveling.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
Okay. We're,
I think you're on the
moving
walk.
into it.
Yeah, the guy's like in
Okay.
front of you, so you've got like a private bit of conversation behind.
Okay.
He's just like leading you.
Does Chuck happen to see any keys on these guys?
On the, I would say that he's the guard, the Talon, is wearing like a long white cloak. But
Okay.
go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Oh my
Oh.
god! Finally.
Still got a 5, which is crazy, but
Yeah, not so much. You what you do see at this point is booze. Lots of booze lined up outside of a tavern,
hell.
as there is a wonderful tavern bar with outdoor seating with lots of people drinking. And there is a big like sign outside, but it's like a mechanical sign that's like whirring and turning with like this magical almost like illusory sign that says the dazzling clock. And there's this tavern that is like open to everybody, and there's sounds of like music coming from inside. And it seems like as the Talon arrives, is met with a lot of respect. And yeah, he kind of leads you all inside. You see he's offered ale by people as they're passing, but he declines and declines and declines as he's
Chuck's
working.
gonna put his hand out while they're walking by, hoping somebody hands him a beer.
You see most people pull it back, but then one person is like too late and doesn't want to be rude, and so ends up giving you the ale. It's like, damn it. So you do have a pint of ale.
happy day.
Best day
You
ever.
do. And you are led inside into this wonderful warm tavern with the walls and ceilings. There is 1,000 clocks lining the walls.
Oh my
it's
God.
just like the strangest tavern with all different like times and time zones of different places around the world. But each of them, some of them like have different unique, like you see there's like a big cask of ale that's just got a clock on it, and like every 10 minutes it seems like there's like people race over there as like free ale pours out every 10 minutes, and like someone sticks a jug underneath. And you see every so often like there's no fighting, so like people just rush over, and whoever gets there first happens to get the ale. Normally there'd be like brawls in the most of the cities, but yeah, they're pretty kind about it. But the Talon just walks over to the barkeep, has a small conversation, and she says, she kind of nods and says, yeah, of course, and like gives him a key to a back room, walks on through, and you are led back through to a lovely, comfortable kind of boothed back room. It's not like a big room, it's just like a table. It's a locked door. But it's just like a table with like a sofa booth with a window to the outside, and you can kind of see the festivities going on as people walk past. And yeah, you have a private room that is quiet and secluded.
Lovely.
Chuck's gonna be chugging his beer.
Abe's going to be inspecting the 3 wands that he got. Just minding his business, taking a look at them.
Okay.
When we walked through, did they have straws?
Did they have
There's
straws?
Yeah.
Did you ask? You want to
I was
ask?
just
Yeah.
looking.
Oh, you didn't see any straws?
Son of a bitch.
My man, you're gonna have to make your own.
Never. They should provide. Oh well. Okay. Why don't you start from wherever you'd like to begin? Now that we have a much more, so you speak with us freely. Whatever's going on. What's troubling you, Mr. Talon?
Well, I was just wondering whether or not you heard what I heard. That is mainly what I was inquiring about.
I did.
I think we all did.
But
Fantastic.
now that you've pointed it out, I understand the concern that him being the first to use that term when nobody else had mentioned any such notion.
Hmm.
It seems that he knows a bit more than he's letting on.
See, at this point, he takes off his like owl, face guard helmet, and for the first time, you get a look at one of these guys' faces. But most of them are different anyway. But this guy is this guy has like deep blue skin, black hair, and his skin is like wet, like ever so slightly wet.
Does Chuck recognize what this thing is?
I'd say depending on where you're from,
Oh my god.
this is he's a water genasi.
Okay.
I'd say the most likely people, the most likely
Oh
people
God,
to
he's
know
hot.
about this would be Gabriel, Pip, and then anybody else who just wants to know or doesn't want to know. But though Gabriel and Pip
Pip
are like
is
100%.
completely oblivious, not looking, still looking at the 3 wands that he's got. He's staring at the rune on the
Mm-hmm.
on one of the wands, just trying to see if he can recognize anything. And
Yeah, what we traded Chuck's sanity for.
yeah, that one.
It is
Um,
it is completely it is eluding you. This is a mystery, and it is frustrating. You know the rune is Elvish, but you can't. It's not readable. It's not a magical rune you recognize, and you don't recognize the wood.
Pip's gonna show it around the group
Any of you guys recognize this?
while pointing out both the rune and
And if only you knew an elf.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Does anyone recognize it?
I know
Let me take a look.
Elvish, but you said it wasn't readable, like not like a translated.
No, it's not
kinda
like a.
symbol.
No,
Okay.
it's not.
What
No.
else? Yeah.
is this something that would have come up any time prior?
No, you haven't. This is not something you remember. No.
Okay.
Even passing it around, none of you recognize this. Even Enna. This is nothing you've seen before.
Oh wow.
And what about you? Do you know what this is?
I'm gonna show it to the the guard or whatever with the deep blue skin. That Pip still has not, his gaze has not moved away from the wand.
This guy's like
Does this
rubbing
look
his.
familiar?
He's like rubbing his temple, and he looks at it. No.
Insight check.
Roll an insight check.
Oh, I don't know why. It does this. I don't know why it keeps doing this. My character sheet for some reason rolls advantage, but when I do it alone, it's fine.
You rolled privately.
Oh, I am.
I was about to say, what? What did...
But okay, so so it's +3.
Okay. So, all right.
11.
Yeah, he seems pretty genuine. He just seems pretty yeah, this doesn't seem like of interest to him at the minute. At this random wander.
This is Peace very curious all the time.
Yes.
Does anyone have any? Did anybody grab any drink? Like in this area, is anyone holding a beverage?
I was gonna say Chuck probably.
Chuck's on his third.
Well, here's a question: how long has it been? Because the last thing I said was Chuck was chugging this beer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, your beer's gone, 100%.
Okay. Well, just because of that, Chuck's gonna look around with an empty glass, go in his pocket and pull out a healing potion and start drinking that too.
What the
God.
hell?
What's wrong with you?
Are you okay?
Are you
Yes.
sick?
Well, Chuck's not feeling too good. Anyway, so
Oh.
You know, we didn't.
Oh
I
yeah.
just- I just think it makes a little sense.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
Is that okay, Sock? Could Chuck?
Wait, I thought he was okay physically.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, Chuck's gonna drink a healing potion.
He
How
looked
do I do
okay
this?
physically on the outside, but he'd still taking
Healing
damage.
potion can't-
But she hurt his feelings.
Oh,
No. He'd still taken
No.
damage. He just wasn't anything visible on the outside. Just click healing.
psychic damage.
Uh-huh. And then just normal.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
All right, just
Nice.
add a
That's
heal
pretty
8.
good.
Oh,
Thank God.
shit.
Pip's gonna take that wand and cast Mage Hand and grab the empty glass that Chuck left behind and raise it slightly and tilt it until there's a tiny bit about to pour out, just a little drop above Chuck. For no specific reason outside of
Wow, you're so
distracting Chuck.
Chuck's just gonna sit there deadpanned, probably drunk, while whatever's dripping on him drips.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Guys, I think we have a problem.
What's that?
I think Chuck drank a little too much.
I don't think that's possible, if I'm real.
At this point, the guard looks around. The Talon looks around. I think this was a mistake. I apologize. And he puts his helmet back on and starts standing up. You are free to keep this room. I think I should get back to my duties. He realizes he's like squished between. Excuse me.
You're excused.
Oh, jeez.
Wait. No, you're not. Shit.
I'm.
You have any other questions?
Hmm.
Is there any way that we can get to the infernal floor today?
He sits back down, takes his helmet off. I told you, Balinor is closed.
I understand that, but can't exceptions be made? Is there
Why?
a way
Why would
that
I don't understand? Why would an exception need to be made?
People are dying. Sounds like a good enough exception. If not, the Infernal Floor or Casimir. What about that Lord Blackthorn that you had mentioned? What about him? I'd like to have a chat.
I mean, I'm sure you could talk to him. Yes.
I don't.
How are we gonna learn what the runes on the body meant if we can't go to the floor that would learn us that?
Well, according to our friend here, his boss knows something of a cult, or something related to it. Maybe he has more answers.
All right. I'm gonna take a second to lean over to Zaxxon and whisper very quietly. Do we really think that that's a good idea, considering that we're branded with infernal markings ourselves? Just a thought.
You have any other leads?
Well, that's what I'm really torn. Like, we're here to investigate But at the same time, it'll kind of make us look bad.
Does Chuck hear this whispering or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Is there any windows in the room?
Yeah, there's a window. Kind of behind the where the Talons sat.
Gabriel just quickly weirdly lean and try to see what time of day it is.
It's probably like mid-afternoon now.
Okay.
Mm.
So we have some time.
See, I'm very torn because like I want to give a little information to get a little information, but at the same time, it's gonna make us look bad, given the timing of all of this. I mean, we're here to investigate the death of a friend by infernal means.
Maybe this Lord Blackthorn has more information about this cult, maybe.
Or maybe he's in the cult.
Either way, sounds like we would come out of the situation with more information than we had, even if it is a bad situation.
Or he thinks
Could
we're
you,
colluding and we end up in prison.
Anybody get a share with the rest of us?
What do you ask?
Yeah, get a share with the rest of us as they're like
Yeah,
having
we
a
were all just
whispered
waiting in
conversation.
quiet while you guys whispered. We were wondering what you were saying.
I'm just gonna sit up, sort of roll my eyes, and just say, I think we should try and speak to either this Casimir or Lord Blackthorn. That's something that you think you can arrange.
Today, preferably.
Well, I already tried to arrange floorkeeper Casimir to come and assist, but it seems like that's not happening. So that's beyond my reach, I'm afraid.
Chuck's
as
gonna.
for...
Oops, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go on.
While he's saying this, Chuck's gonna take a swig out of his empty glass, place it on the table, look at him deadpan, and just ask, "Why not?"
Gabriel will get up instinctively and take his empty glass and walk out of the room and shut it behind him and try to refill it for this sad little man.
I'm just